The fluorescent lights buzzed like angry hornets in the principal's office, casting harsh shadows across Alex Harper's face as the door slammed behind him. His heart hammered against his ribs, each beat a thunderclap echoing the accusation that had just been hurled. "You skipped detention again, Harper. This time, it's suspension, maybe expulsion." But Alex hadn't skipped. He had been there, scribbling apologies in his notebook while the clock ticked away his afternoon, and the sign-in sheet on the desk between them was about to prove it, or so he thought. As Principal Hargrove snatched the crumpled paper from the drawer, his meaty fingers unfolding it with a rustle that cut through the silence like a knife, Alex's eyes locked on the ink-smudged names. There, in the third slot, was his own signature, looped and deliberate, right next to Jordan's. The boy who'd been his secret everything for months, the one whose touch lingered like a ghost in the empty hallways. And scrawled beneath it, in a handwriting Alex knew too well, was a note that wasn't supposed to be there, saw it all. "Help." Alex's breath caught in his throat, the room spinning as Hargrove's eyes narrowed, scanning the sheet with the precision of a hawk spotting prey. The principal's face, usually a mask of bored authority, twisted into something darker, confusion laced with suspicion. "This doesn't make sense," Hargrove muttered, his voice gravelly from years of barking orders at rebellious teens. He jabbed a finger at Alex's name, then at the note below it, the words blurring under the pressure of his thumb. "You were here, but this looks like a cry for help. From you." Alex swallowed hard, his mouth dry as sandpaper. He hadn't written that note. Jordan had. Last Tuesday, during detention for what was supposed to be a minor infraction. Tardiness, they called it. But really it was Alex lingering too long in the parking lot, stealing a hurried kiss from Jordan behind the rusted bleachers. The memory flooded back, Jordan's lips soft and urgent against his, the taste of spearmint gum mingling with the fear that someone might see. They were careful, always so damn careful in Elmwood, Ohio, where the air hung heavy with unspoken judgments and the football field was a shrine to all things straight and narrow. But that day, detention had turned into something else. They sat at opposite ends of the empty classroom, the supervising teacher, Mrs. Klein, dozing over her crossword puzzle. Alex had glanced at Jordan across the scuffed desks, their eyes meeting in that electric way that made the world shrink to just the two of them. Jordan, with his dark curls falling over his forehead and that lopsided smile that could disarm a bomb, mouthed the words Alex lived for. "Miss you already." It was their code, a whisper in the storm of high school anonymity. Then the door creaked open, and everything shattered. 3 seniors from the varsity team, big guys with Letterman jackets and egos the size of the state, stumbled in, laughing too loud, reeking of cheap beer swiped from someone's dad's garage. They weren't supposed to be there. Detention was for the screw-ups like Alex, the quiet kid who didn't fit the mold, not the golden boys who owned the hallways. But they spotted Jordan first, the new transfer from Chicago with his city edge and rumors that followed him like shadows. Whispers about boys' hands holding too long at parties, about a flag pin on his backpack that someone had ripped off last week. "Hey, pretty boy," one of them sneered, the ringleader named Brock, his voice slurring into a taunt. "What are you in for? Kissing the wrong end of the field." The others howled, circling like wolves, while Mrs. Klein stirred but didn't fully wake, her pen clattering to the floor. Alex froze, his pen hovering over the sign-in sheet, every instinct screaming to intervene, but his body rooted in terror. Jordan's face paled, but he straightened, that defiant spark in his eyes, the one Alex adored and feared in equal measure. It escalated fast. Brock shoved Jordan's shoulder, hard enough to send his chair scraping back. "Admit it, fag. We saw you with that loser over there." He jerked his thumb at Alex, who felt the word land like a punch to the gut. Jordan shoved back, his voice steady despite the tremor Alex could see in his clenched fists. "Back off, man. We're just serving time like everyone else." But words weren't enough for Brock. He grabbed Jordan's collar, yanking him up, the sign-in sheet fluttering to the floor in the scuffle. Alex lunged then, all reason gone, tackling Brock from the side. The room erupted, chairs toppling, shouts echoing off the cinderblock walls. Mrs. Klein finally jolted awake, her scream piercing the chaos as she fumbled for the intercom. The jocks scattered like roaches under light, Brock spitting curses over his shoulder. "This ain't over, freaks." Jordan slumped against the desk, bruised but unbroken, and in the aftermath, as the principal's office loomed like a guillotine, he slipped the note into Alex's hand. "Saw it all. Help." Now, staring at that same sheet in Hargrove's grip, Alex realized the ink had bled through, the words visible to anyone who looked close. His secret, their secret, was bleeding out too. "It's not what you think," Alex stammered, his voice barely above a whisper. Hargrove leaned forward, the desk creaking under his weight, his eyes boring into Alex like drills. "Then explain it, son. Because right now, it looks like you two cooked up some kind of scheme. Skipping? Bullying? Worse." Alex's mind raced, piecing together the fragments. Jordan hadn't shown up to school today. Third period English, empty seat. Lunch, no tray beside him in the corner booth. Texts unanswered, the kind of silence that clawed at your insides. And now this. The sheet exposing not just their presence, but the plea hidden beneath. If Hargrove dug deeper, called Jordan's parents, or worse, the cops. Elmwood wasn't Chicago. Here, being gay wasn't just different. It was dangerous, a scarlet letter sewn into your skin by folks who'd rather look away than confront their own shadows. We were there," Alex said, forcing the words out. "But something happened. Those guys, Brock and his crew, they came in, started trouble." He hesitated, the weight of admission pressing down. Saying it aloud made it real, made Jordan real in a way that could drag them both under. Hargrove's brow furrowed, a flicker of something human crossing his face. Concern? Doubt? Trouble how? "You mean assault?" Before Alex could answer, the office door burst open again, and in tumbled Coach Riley, red-faced and panting, his whistle still dangling from his neck like a noose. "Hargrove, you gotta see this. Jordan Reyes is in the ER. Got jumped after school. Says it was those punks from the team, but he's clamming up. And get this, witnesses saw him with Harper earlier." The coach's eyes flicked to Alex, narrowing with the same prejudice that simmered in every locker room joke. Alex's stomach dropped. The sign-in sheet wasn't just proof of attendance. It was a map to the minefield they'd been dancing on for months. As Hargrove absorbed the news, his grip tightening on the paper until it tore slightly at the edge, Alex felt the first crack in the facade he'd built so carefully. Jordan, his Jordan, the boy who'd taught him that love could be a quiet rebellion, a hand brushed under tables, a shared glance that said, "We're in this together," was hurt because of him. Because of them. And the truth, once exposed, wouldn't just clear his name. It would ignite a firestorm in Elmwood High, burning down walls of silence and forcing everyone to choose sides. The rest of the afternoon blurred into a haze of statements and sidelong glances. Hargrove suspended Brock and his cronies' pending investigation, but not before the whispers spread like wildfire through the halls. Texts pinging, group chats exploding with half-truths and outright lies. "Harper's a snitch. Reyes deserved it. Everyone knows what he is." Alex ignored it all, bolting from school the second the bell rang, his backpack thumping against his back as he sprinted to the hospital across town. The ER waiting room smelled of antiseptic and despair, fluorescent lights humming overhead like a bad omen. Alex slouched in a plastic chair, hood pulled low, pretending to scroll his phone while his thumb hovered over Jordan's contact. No new messages. Just the last one from yesterday. "Can't wait for our spot tonight. Stars are ours." Their spot, the old oak tree by the quarry, where the world ended and their universe began. Now it felt like a lifetime ago. A nurse called his name eventually, her voice kind but tired. "Family only, hon." Alex flashed his most disarming smile, the one that worked on teachers and bouncers alike. "I'm his cousin. Please," he asked for me. It was a lie, but a small one, and she bought it, waving him through the double doors. Jordan lay in a curtained bay, his arm in a sling, a nasty bruise blooming across his jaw like a purple storm cloud. For drip beeping softly, monitors casting a green glow on his pale skin. He looked smaller somehow, vulnerable in a way that twisted Alex's heart. "Hey," Jordan murmured, his voice rough, eyes lighting up despite the pain. "Took you long enough." Alex crossed the room in 2 strides, sinking into the chair beside the bed, his hand finding Jordan's under the thin blanket. What the hell happened? Coach said you got jumped. Jordan's fingers squeezed back, warm and steady, grounding Alex in the chaos. After detention, I was heading to the bus, and they were waiting, Brock and two others. Said I needed to learn my place. Punched me good, but I got a few licks in. He tried to grin, but it faltered, his gaze dropping. The note. I didn't mean for it to end up like that. Thought it'd be our secret code, you know? In case things went south. Alex's throat tightened. The note had been their failsafe, a remnant of Jordan's Chicago days when he'd learned to document everything. The slurs, the shoves, the threats that came with being out and proud in a world that wasn't ready. But here in Elmwood, secrets were currency, and theirs had just gone bankrupt. Principal saw it. The whole sheet. He's questioning everything now. Us, them, the school. Jordan's eyes widened, fear flickering like a candle in wind. Shit. My parents, they don't even know about us. If this blows up. His voice trailed off, the unspoken hanging heavy. Deportation fears for his immigrant mom, the fragile job his dad clung to at the factory. Being gay was one thing. Being the troubled kid who dragged the family down was another. We'll figure it out, Alex whispered, leaning closer, their foreheads almost touching. In that moment, with the curtain shielding them from prying eyes, it felt possible, like love could be a shield against the storm brewing outside. But as footsteps echoed down the hall, a doctor's voice calling for Jordan's chart, Alex pulled back, the real world crashing in. By evening, the hospital released Jordan with pain meds and a warning to avoid trouble. Alex walked him home, their shoulders brushing in the crisp Ohio autumn air, leaves crunching underfoot like brittle bones. Jordan's house was a modest rancher on the edge of town, porch light flickering like a hesitant welcome. Come in, Jordan asked, voice low, as if the invitation carried more weight than walls could hold. Inside, the living room was warm with the scent of arroz con pollo simmering on the stove, Jordan's mom humming a tune from her radio. She fussed over him, her dark eyes sharp with worry, pressing a cold pack to his bruise. Mijo, what happened? School called, said fight. Jordan shrugged it off with a mumbled, nothing, ma. But Alex saw the lie cost him, the way his shoulders tensed under her gaze. Mr. Reyes arrived later, grease-stained from the factory shift, his handshake firm, but his eyes weary. You okay, son? He asked, clapping Jordan on the good shoulder. Then, spotting Alex. And who's this? Friend from school. Alex nodded, mumbling introductions, feeling like an intruder in this slice of normalcy. But as they sat for dinner, Jordan's mom insisting Alex stay, plates piled high with yellow rice and tender chicken, the conversation skirted the edges of truth. School's tough sometimes, Jordan said carefully, fork pushing food around his plate. People don't always get along. His dad grunted, sipping coffee black as midnight. Just keep your head down, eh? We came here for better, not this. The we hung heavy. Memories of crossing borders, chasing the American dream that now felt like a trap for kids like Jordan, caught between worlds. Alex excused himself early, the weight of it all pressing down. Outside, under the streetlight's orange glow, Jordan caught his arm. Wait. Their kiss was quick, desperate, a brush of lips that said everything words couldn't. Tomorrow, Jordan promised. We'll talk. Really talk. But tomorrow brought no such luxury. School buzzed with the fallout. Posters torn from lockers, the GSA club's rainbow flag defaced with sharpest slurs. Alex found his locker jammed with notes, fag enabler. And in the bathroom, graffiti etched fresh, Reyes plus Harper equals hell. By lunch, the divide was clear. Clusters of supporters in the courtyard, fists clenched around petitions for justice, countered by sneers from the jock tables, Brock's empty seat a throne for his proxies. Jordan didn't show. Again, Alex's texts went unread, panic rising like bile. Was he hiding? Hurt worse than admitted? Or had the fear finally won, pushing him to run back to Chicago's anonymity? The answer came in third-period history, when the PA crackled to life. Alex Harper to the office. Immediately, whispers followed him down the hall, a gauntlet of stairs that stripped him bare. Hargrove waited, flanked by a counselor Alex vaguely recognized, Miss Patel, with her kind eyes and rainbow lanyard. Sit, the principal said, no preamble. He slid a folder across the desk, Photos spilling out. Jordan's bruised face. Timestamps from the ER. Police are involved now. Those boys confessed, partially. Said Jordan provoked them. Called him names. They claimed self-defense. Alex's blood ran cold. That's bullshit. They started it, in detention. The sheet proves we were there, that it wasn't random. Hargrove nodded slowly, but his expression was grim. The sheet also has that note. And your names together. It's raising questions. About your relationship. The word landed soft, but it stung like a slap. Ms. Patel leaned in, voice gentle. Alex, we're here to help. But we need the full story. For Jordan's sake. He told them then, pieces tumbling out. The stolen moments. The love that bloomed in shadows. The terror of exposure in a town where different was a curse. Tears burned his eyes, but he held them back, voice steady. It's not just a fight. It's hate. And if we don't call it that, it'll happen again. As he left the office, the bell rang, students flooding the halls like a tide. Alex spotted Riley, his best friend since kindergarten, the straight-A theater kid with a flair for drama and a heart bigger than her sequin costumes. She grabbed his arm, pulling him into an empty stairwell. Dude, what the hell? Jordan's mom called my mom. Says he's not pressing charges. Thinks it'll blow over if they stay quiet. Alex slammed his fist against the railing, the metal vibrating. Quiet. That's what got us here. Pretending. Hiding. It's killing him. Riley's eyes softened, her hand on his shoulder a lifeline. Then don't let it. Fight back. But smart. We start a rally, get the whole school involved. Show Elmwood what real courage looks like. For the first time that day, hope flickered, a small flame against the dark. But as Alex nodded, phone buzzing in his pocket, the screen lit with a text from an unknown number. Stay away from him, or you're next. The flame guttered. The war had just begun. The threat burned in Alex's pocket like a live coal as he navigated the afternoon classes. Every tick of the clock a reminder that safety was an illusion. History droned on about the Stonewall riots. Ironic, the teacher said, how one spark could ignite change, but Alex barely heard, his mind replaying Jordan's bruise, the note's desperate scrawl. By last period, gym class became a minefield. Coach Riley barking orders, eyes lingering too long on Alex as if measuring him for a coffin. Dodgeball circles turned vicious, balls flying like accusations, one clipping Alex's shoulder hard enough to bruise. He skipped the locker room, changing in a stall instead, the graffiti on the walls a fresh wound. Gays go home. Home to where? Alex wondered, zipping his hoodie against the chill. Elmwood was all he knew. This flat Ohio landscape of cornfields and cul-de-sacs, where his mom worked double shifts at the diner to keep the lights on, and his dad. Well, Dad had bailed years ago, leaving behind a ghost of flannel shirts and unanswered questions about why men sometimes chose bottles over boys. Riley met him at the bike racks, her backpack slung like a shield. Rally planning starts now. GSA room, after hours. The Gay-Straight Alliance was a misnomer in Elmwood, more like a whisper network of 5 kids meeting in the art room, led by Ms. Patel when no one was looking. But today, word had spread. By the time Alex arrived, the space hummed with unfamiliar faces, theater geeks, band nerds, even a junior varsity cheerleader named Mia who'd inched out of the closet last spring. Ms. Patel locked the door, her lanyard rainbow catching the late sun. All right, team. Jordan's story is ours now. Petitions, social media, safe channels only. No names until he's ready. They brainstormed in a frenzy. Slogans like "Love wins here" scrawled on poster board. TikToks scripted with hooks about hidden hurts. Alex contributed sketches, his hidden talent, doodles of intertwined hands breaking chains, while Riley directed like a pint-sized Spielberg. But midway through, the door rattled. Locked, thank God, but shadows shifted outside, low voices murmuring. Snitches, one hissed, loud enough to carry. The group froze, hearts pounding in unison. Mia whimpered, clutching her phone. It's them, Brock's crew. Alex crept to the window, peering through blinds. 3 silhouettes, hoods up, one tossing a rock that clinked harmlessly against glass. A warning shot. Ms. Patel called security, her voice calm steel, but the damage was done. The rally plans fractured under fear. Kids slipped out in pairs, heads down, promising to text updates. Riley lingered, hugging Alex tight. This is bullshit. But we're not backing down. He nodded, but doubt gnawed. How many would fold before the fight even started? Night fell heavy as Alex pedaled home, streetlights pooling gold on cracked sidewalks. His phone lit again, not the threat, but Jordan, at the quarry. Need you. Relief crashed over him, mixed with dread. He detoured, tires crunching gravel up the overgrown path to their oak, the massive trunk scarred from years of carved initials. None theirs, not yet. Jordan waited in the hollow, knees drawn up, sling glinting moonlight. Couldn't stay home. Ma's pacing, Dad silent. Feels like I'm the bomb they defuse daily. Alex dropped beside him, their sides pressing warm. The threat, I got one too. They're circling. Jordan's laugh was bitter, wind rustled. Welcome to my world, babe. Chicago was better, pride parades, safe spaces. Here, it's like stepping back in time. He turned, eyes searching Alex's face, thumb tracing his jaw. Why'd I think I could outrun it? Thought a fresh start meant fresh air, but it's the same poison, just quieter. Alex pulled him closer, heart aching at the vulnerability cracking Jordan's armor. Because you're brave. Braver than me. I hide, you fight. It was true. Alex's coming out had been a whisper to Riley last year, buried under layers of denial. Jordan? He'd pinned that flag on day one, daring the world to react. Their love had sparked in the library stacks, Alex shelving books when Jordan asked for Whitman, their fingers brushing over leaves of grass. Poetry turned to coffee runs, to midnight drives with the windows down, singing off-key to indie tracks about broken boys finding home. But home was fracturing. Jordan sighed, head on Alex's shoulder. The note was stupid. Meant it for you. If they came for me, you'd know to run. Not drag the whole school into my mess. Alex shook his head, fierce. Your mess is ours. And that rally? It's happening. With or without you. Jordan lifted his head, surprise softening his edges. Rally? Already. Alex grinned, the first real one all day. Riley's force of nature. Petitions by morning. They sat then, stars wheeling overhead, hands linked like anchors. Talk turned lighter. Jordan's dream of art school in New York, Alex's sketches of cityscapes he'd never seen. Laughter bubbled, tentative, a reminder that love wasn't just survival. It was stolen joy. But joy was fleeting. Headlights pierced the dark, a truck engine growling low. They scrambled, hearts slamming, ducking behind the oak as tires crunched closer. Who's there? Jordan hissed, arm throbbing in its sling. Alex peeked, Brock's beat up Ford, bass thumping from speakers, two shadows in the cab. They idled, scanning, then peeled out with a spray of gravel that stung like shrapnel. Message received, Alex whispered, pulse racing. Jordan's grip tightened. We reported. But Alex knew Elmwood's cops. Old boys club, more likely to buy Brock's alibi than two gay kids panic. Tomorrow, with the rally, strength in numbers. They parted at Jordan's door, a chaste kiss under the porch light. Brief, but enough to carry Alex home through the night. Sleep evaded him, dreams tangled with rocks through windows and bruises that wouldn't fade. Morning brought no peace. School assembly announced. Hargrove's voice over PA stern about unity in tough times. Whispers said it was damage control, a Band-Aid on a gaping wound. Alex found Riley in the cafeteria, her table a war room of markers and megaphones. Jordan's in, he said, sliding in beside her. Her eyes lit. Hell yes. Mia's bringing pom-poms, ironic twist. But as they plotted, a shadow fell. Tyler, Brock's sidekick, looming with a tray like a shield. Heard you're stirring shit, Harper. Bad idea. Riley didn't flinch. Freedom of speech, Ty. Or did they skip that in jock jail? Tyler sneered, but backed off, the exchange rippling through the lunch line. By afternoon, the petition circulated, 200 signatures by bell, kids scrawling names in solidarity, a quiet rebellion blooming. Jordan appeared at Alex's locker after school, sling hidden under a jacket, eyes fierce. I'm ready. No more hiding. They walked out together, hands brushing accidental on purpose, the courtyard alive with rally prep. Banners unfurling, chants rehearsed. Ms. Patel oversaw, her smile a beacon. This is how change starts, one voice, then a chorus. But as dusk settled, the chorus faltered. Sirens wailed distant, then close. Cops swarming the parking lot, lights flashing blue-red. Hargrove emerged, face ashen, pulling Alex aside. Jordan's mom called 911. Break-in at their house. Nothing taken, but messages. On the walls. Alex's world tilted. The poison wasn't quiet anymore. It was screaming. Rushing to the Reyes, Alex found chaos. Police tape fluttering, neighbors gawking. Jordan sat on the curb, face streaked with soot, his mom's arms around him. Slurs, he said flatly when Alex reached him. Everywhere. Go back and worse. Mr. Reyes paced, voice rising to officers who nodded sympathetically but took notes slow. Hate crime, Alex blurted, the words foreign on his tongue. An officer glanced up, eyebrow arched. We'll look into it, kid. But looking wasn't enough. As the rally loomed, Alex felt the noose tighten. Love under siege, friendships tested, the town's underbelly exposed. Jordan met his eyes, resolve hardening. We don't stop. This ends with us winning. The break-in hit like a gut punch, splintering the fragile momentum of the rally into shards of rage and resolve. News trucks rolled into Elmwood by dawn, reporters with notepads and cameras sniffing for scandal, turning the sleepy town into a circus. Alex woke to his mom's frantic call from the diner. Stay inside. Mijo, it's on every channel. Mijo. She only slipped into Spanish when scared, an echo of her own immigrant roots buried under years of assimilation. He flipped on the TV, local news blaring. Hate crime rocks Ohio high school amid bullying allegations. Grainy footage of the Reyes house. Yellow tape stark against peeling paint. Cut to interviews. Neighbors murmuring, never thought it'd happen here. A school board member droning about zero tolerance. Jordan's face pixelated in the ER photo, his bruise a badge no one could ignore. School suspended classes, the building a ghost town patrolled by extra security. Alex met Riley at the GSA room, now Command Central, laptops open to GoFundMe pages, and change.org petitions exploding with national support. Look at this, she said, shoving her phone under his nose. Out-of-towners donating, thousands. And Glad's emailing Ms. Patel. Hope sparked, but it was brittle. Jordan texted, cops want statements. Ma's freaking, says go back to Chicago. Alex's thumbs flew. Don't. We're family here. Family. The word felt right, even as his own mom hammered on his door. Alexandro, talk to me. Is this about? You know, her eyes, lined with worry, pleaded for truth he'd rationed for years. He sat her down on the sagging couch, words spilling like confession. Yeah, Mom. It's about love. Jordan, he's mine. Silence stretched, heavy as the Afghan she knitted last winter. Then, tears welling, she pulled him close. Ay, mi corazón. Why hide? I love you always. Her embrace cracked something in him, a dam breaking. Sobs racked his frame, years of isolation pouring out. She rocked him like he was 5 again, whispering, we'll fight. Together. Emboldened, Alex biked to the hospital. No, the community center now, where the rally relocated for safety. Tents popped up in the parking lot, rainbow flags snapping in the wind, food trucks donating tacos and coffee. Volunteers swarmed. Parents, alumni, even the diner owner where Alex's mom worked. Her apron swapped for a sign reading, Hate has no home. Jordan arrived with his family, Mr. Reyes' arm protective around his shoulders. The sling was gone, but the limp spoke volumes. Ma caved, saw the news, realized silence feeds monsters. Mrs. Reyes nodded, her smile tentative but real, hugging Alex like a long-lost son. You keep him safe, yes? The rally kicked off at noon, Ms. Patel on a makeshift stage, mic crackling. Today, we stand for Jordan. For Alex. For every kid who's ever felt the sting of other. Cheers erupted, a sea of faces. Hundreds, not the dozens Alex feared. Riley emceed, her voice booming. Elmwood, this is our Stonewall. No more shadows. Alex and Jordan took the stage next, hands clasped visible for the first time. The crowds roar a thunder of acceptance. We didn't ask for this fight, Alex said, voice steady despite the knot in his throat. But we're done running. Jordan squeezed his hand, adding, love isn't a crime. Hate is. Cameras flashed, capturing the moment. 2 boys, unbowed, rewriting the town's script. But triumph soured fast. Midway through speeches, jeers cut from the crowd's edge. Brock's dad, red-faced in a trucker hat, bellowing, "This is indoctrination, ruining our boys." Security hustled him out, but the poison seeped. Counter-protesters gathering across the street, signs like "Protect Our Kids" twisted into shields for bigotry. Fists clenched, chants clashed, tension crackling like static before lightning. Then, the twist. A familiar face emerged from the throng. Tyler, Brock's sidekick, face pale, peeling away from his group. He approached the stage hesitantly, Riley spotting him first. "What the?" Alex tensed, but Tyler raised hands in surrender. I saw everything. In detention, after. Brock planned it. The jump, the break-in. Bragged in the locker room. Gasps rippled. Ms. Patel motioned him up, Mike thrust forward. Tyler's voice trembled, eyes downcast. "I didn't stop it. Thought it was just talk. But Jordan, man, no one deserves that." The confession detonated, reporters swarming, phones recording. Jordan stepped forward, not with anger, but grace. "Why now?" Tyler shrugged, voice cracking. "Saw the rally. Saw you too. Holding on. Made me think about my little brother. He's like you, scared. Can't let him grow up thinking hate's okay." Forgiveness hung in the air, tentative. Jordan nodded. "Thanks for saying it." The crowd hushed, then erupted anew, not in cheers, but a profound quiet, the kind that births understanding. Tyler's defection cracked the jock facade, whispers of others wavering. But peace was fleeting. As the rally wound down, Alex's phone buzzed. "Hargrove. Emergency meeting. Brock's confessing too, full story. But there's more. Your dad. He called the school. Wants to talk." Alex's blood froze. Dad. The man who'd vanished 4 years ago, leaving postcards from Reno that grew sporadic, then silent. Why now? The meeting in Hargrove's office was a pressure cooker. Alex, Jordan, parents, counselors, even Tyler slouched in a corner. Brock sat handcuffed, eyes down, his confession spilling, the beatings planned as lessons, the break-in a terror tactic egged on by online forums spewing venom. "Thought it made us men," he muttered, voice hollow. Hargrove's face thundered. "It makes you cowards." Then, the door opened, and in walked a ghost. Alex's dad, leaner than memory, stubble graying his jaw, eyes haunted. "Son." The word hung, laden. Alex stood rigid. "What are you doing here?" Dad glanced at the sheet on the desk, the infamous sign-in, now evidence in triplicate. "Saw the news. Your mom. She told me everything. About you, Jordan. Wish I'd been there sooner." Words tumbled, apologies for the drinking, the leaving, the years of radio silence. "I was scared too, kid. Of myself, of failing you. But seeing this, you fighting for love, makes me want to try." Tears streaked his face, and Alex, against every scar, stepped forward. Not a hug, not yet, but a nod. "Prove it." As they left, Jordan's hand in his, the sun dipped low, painting Elmwood gold. Twists piled like autumn leaves. Tyler's redemption, Dad's return, the town's slow thaw. But deeper currents stirred, misunderstandings and friendships, like Riley confessing her own jealousy over Alex's new family, mending with late-night ice cream and vows of unbreakable bonds. Yet, shadows lingered. That night, at the quarry, Jordan pulled Alex close. "What if it's not over? What if they come harder?" Alex kissed his temple. "Then we come harder. Together. Love, raw and real, their greatest weapon." Weeks blurred into a fragile normalcy, the rally's echo fading into policy changes, mandatory diversity training, a GSA club with actual funding, Brock's expulsion echoing through empty halls. National eyes drifted away, leaving Elmwood to stitch its wounds. Alex and Jordan navigated the aftermath like tightrope walkers, stolen lunches in the art room, where Jordan sketched portraits of them intertwined, charcoals smudging fingers like shared secrets. But normalcy cracked under pressure. Alex's dad rented a trailer on the town's edge, showing up for dinners. Awkward at first, passing mashed potatoes with stories of Reno regrets. "Missed your first art show," he'd say, eyes on Alex's sketches pinned to the fridge. "But I'm here for the next." Progress, inch by inch, but trust was a slow thaw. Jordan's home healed slower. Mrs. Reyes started a support group for immigrant moms, her kitchen table a hub of shared fears and fierce love. "No more silence," she'd declare, ladling pozole. Mr. Reyes took Tyler under wing at the factory. Mentorship, not punishment, teaching welding alongside life lessons. Fire forges strength, not hate. Friendships deepened, tested. Riley pulled Alex aside one rainy afternoon, rain pattering library windows. "I was a bitch, wasn't I? Jealous you had this epic love story while I flail." Her dating woes. Endless crushes on unavailable straights. Spilled out. Vulnerability raw. Alex hugged her. "You're my constant. Epic's overrated without you." They laughed, plotting a GSA bake sale, bonds reforged stronger. Then, the first real twist, a letter arrived for Jordan, postmarked Chicago. His old flame, Mateo, the boy from Pride Parades, the one who'd broken his heart with a gentle, "I can't do long distance." Words leaped. Regret, a visit planned, miss our spark. Jordan showed Alex over coffee, hands trembling. "Didn't tell him about us. Thinks I'm single." Jealousy flared, hot and unfamiliar. Alex imagining Mateo's easy charm, the history Jordan carried like a locket. "What do you want?" he asked, voice tight. Jordan's eyes searched his. "You." "But." "Closure. He was my first everything." The conversation stretched late, under quilted blankets, confessions weaving trust tighter. "No secrets," Jordan promised. "You're my now? My always." Mateo's arrival was a whirlwind. Train from Chicago, duffel slung, hugs too long at the station. Alex played host, stomach knotted, watching them reminisce. Inside jokes about dive bars, shared tattoos from a rebellious summer. Dinner at the diner turned tense, Mateo probing. "Heard about the drama." "Hero, huh?" Jordan shrugged, hand finding Alex's under the table. "We both were." Nights blurred. Mateo crashing on the couch, stories flowing like wine. Alex overheard whispers, Jordan assuring, "It's different now." Real. Relief mixed with growth. Alex sketched the trio, lines capturing not rivalry, but a mosaic of past and present. But conflict brewed elsewhere. School board meeting loomed, backlash simmering. Parents like Brock's dad rallying signatures to cleanse the curriculum of gay propaganda. Hargrove called Alex and Jordan in, voice weary. Testimony needed. Personal. They agreed, nerves jangling, prepping with Ms. Patel's coaching. Facts over feelings, stories over statistics. The meeting hall packed, air thick with cologne and contempt. Brock's dad rose first, voice booming. "This agenda pushes lifestyles on our kids." Murmurs agreed, but Riley's mom countered, "Fierce, or teaches compassion." When Alex spoke, voice steady, he painted pictures, not politics, but pain. The locker notes, the quarry fear, the love that saved him. Jordan followed, sling a memory but scars etched. Hate isolates. Love connects. The board voted narrowly, reform stayed. Victory tasted sweet, but Pyrrhic. Whispers of lawsuits lingered, the town divided like fault lines. Homefront twisted next. Alex's dad, settling in, confessed over backyard fire pit. "Seeing you fight woke me. I'm sober now." AA in Reno. Pride swelled, but caution tempered. Promises broken before. "Show me." Alex echoed his own words back. Dad nodded, handing him a toolbox. "Let's build that birdhouse you wanted as a kid." Jordan's turn came softer. A family trip to Chicago planned, healing roots. "Come," he asked Alex. The invite bridged worlds, but distance loomed. 2 weeks apart, first real test. Video every night. Alex bargained, kissing him goodbye at the platform. Train whistle mournful. Separation stretched hearts. Texts poetic, calls laced with longing. Alex threw into art. Canvases blooming with quarry scenes. Oaks embracing under stars. Riley dragged him to theater rehearsals. Her lead in Rent. Ironic casting. She joked, forcing laughter through ache. Midway, crisis. Call from Jordan, voice shattered. "Mateo. He kissed me. Drunk at a bar." Said old habits. Alex's world splintered, miles away, trust fracturing. "Why tell me?" "Because I stopped it. Chose you." Tears choked the line, reconciliation raw. We rebuild. Brick by brick. Return brought mending. Airport hug fierce, words unspoken in touch. Chicago tales wove in, Mateo's apology, family feasts, Jordan's growth. You're my anchor, he whispered that night under the oak. Love, tested, emerged tempered steel. But Elmwood stirred anew. Anonymous emails to the school, threats veiled, watch your backs. Paranoia crept, doors locked, glances over shoulders. Tyler warned, holdouts from the team, planning payback. Climax brewed at homecoming. Lights strung, bleachers packed, a powder keg under football gloss. Alex and Jordan attended, hands linked defiant, Riley cheering from stands. Halftime, GSA float paraded, rainbows waving. Then, sabotage, tires slashed, banners shredded. Chaos erupted, fists flying, security swarming. In the fray, Alex spotted the ringleader, not Brock, but his shadow, a freshman radicalized online. Tackled, the kid spat venom. Protecting tradition. Jordan pulled Alex back, bloodied lip but eyes alight. Tradition evolves. Yours died. Police hauled the boy away, but the night scarred. Homecoming tainted, yet unity forged in the fire. Parents rallied, vigils lit, the town tipping toward light. Through it, characters deepened. Riley finding love in a fellow activist, soft and surprising. Tyler coming out quietly, mentored by Jordan. Alex's dad building more than birdhouses, trust, one nail at a time. Love's arc peaked in quiet. A winter formal, suits sharp, dance floor theirs. We made it, Jordan murmured, sway slow. Alex smiled. And we're just starting. Winter gripped Elmwood in icy fingers, snow blanketing the fields like a hush after screams. But beneath the frost, tensions simmered, ready to boil. The homecoming melee made headlines again. Ohio schools hate-fueled melee, drawing activists and armchair experts. The town a reluctant poster child for progress's price. Alex fielded interview requests, his voice gaining edge. It's not news, it's necessity. Jordan threw into activism, co-founding a youth council with Ms. Patel, meetings in the library buzzing with ideas, anti-bullying apps, ally training for sports teams. Power in the small, he said, but his eyes held shadows, nightmares of slashed tires chasing sleep. Alex woke him those nights, whispers and holds chasing ghosts, their bond a bulwark. Family evolutions unfolded layered. Alex's mom and dad, divorce papers and signed, danced a cautious tango, shared dinners evolving to joint therapy, her laughter tentative at his jokes. Don't rush, Alex advised, but hope bloomed watching them clear the table together, hands brushing accidental. The Reyes's expanded. Mrs. Reyes groups swelled, immigrant voices amplifying queer ones, potlucks fusing tamales with pierogies. Mr. Reyes mentored a GSA dad, beers swapped for talks on raising fighters, not fighters. Jordan absorbed it, pride swelling. They see me now. All of me. Friendships fractured, then fused. Mia, the cheerleader, confessed a crush on Riley. Awkward, electric, leading to a group intervention, Alex mediating with snacks and sincerity. Hearts don't follow scripts, he said, echoing his own twists. Riley, blushing, took the leap. First date at the diner, pancakes and possibility. Tyler's arc twisted deepest, coming out to his brother first, then team, punches traded for hugs. You gave me guts, he told Jordan over pickup basketball, sweat-stung slaps sealing brotherhood. But backlash bit, locker pranks, whispers, but he stood taller, a bridge between worlds. Then, the gut wrench, school board election, Brock's dad running on a family values platform planks promising to gut reforms. Campaign ugly, flyers door to door, save our sons from indoctrination, targeting Alex and Jordan with veiled photos. Blurry embraces at the quarry, leaked by who? Fear coiled. Hargrove warned of budget cuts, GSA defunded. Rally 2.0 brewed, but exhaustion weighed. Jordan snapping at small slights. Alex sketching darker, lines jagged. We're fraying. Alex admitted one blizzard night, snow muffling the world. Jordan pulled him close by the window. Then weave tighter. Remember the sheet. Exposed us, but freed us. Mateo's shadow lingered soft, a letter of support, rooting for your forever. Closure sealed, no echoes. Crisis crested at a debate, town hall packed, air electric. Brock's dad thundered from podium. These boys love invites chaos. Boos and cheers clashed. Alex and Jordan testified counter. Stories of growth, not grooming. Tyler's nod from audience. Riley's cheers. Opponent, a moderate mom, pledged protection. Votes swung. Defeat for hate by slim margin. Relief flooded, but ripples. Brock's dad confronted post-meeting, face twisted. You ruined him, my boy. Jordan met his gaze. He ruined himself. But redemption's open. The man deflated, walking away silent, seed planted. Personal storms raged parallel. Alex's dad relapsed, bottle found, AA missed. Confrontation raw, trailer dim, accusations flying. I try son for you. Trying's not enough. Alex stormed out, snow-soaking jeans, calling Jordan from a payphone, voice breaking. Lost him again. Jordan arrived taxi, arms enveloping. Not lost. We'll pull him back. Intervention followed. Family circle, tears, and truths. Dad admitted. Fear of your strength makes me small. Forgiveness slow, but steps. Rehab commitment, weekly check-ins. Jordan's trial came internal. College acceptances, Ohio State safe, Chicago Art Institute bold. Leave? Alex asked, heart clenching. With you. Wherever. Decision deferred, but talks turned dreams, shared apartment, canvases side by side. Spring thawed ice, blooming conflicts anew. GSA trip to DC pride. Bus packed, songs belted. But midway, tire blowout stranding them roadside, storm raging. Hours in diner limbo, truths spilled. Mia and Riley official, Tyler's first boyfriend nerves. Alex confessing art school envy. Jordan listened, then, I almost left. After homecoming, thought I'd drag you down. Alex's kiss silenced doubt. Uplift. Always. DC dazzled. Parades rainbow rivers, speeches igniting. But homebound. Ambush. Protesters at rest stop. Signs venomous. One hurling slur shake. Security quelled, but bruise lingered. A kid in their group, outed unwillingly, crumbling. Support swarmed. Hugs, hotlines, teaching resilience communal. Back in Elmwood, graduation loomed, caps and gowns hiding scars. Senior prank twisted, GSA invasion, a football field, rainbows painted temporary, dawn revealed cheers over jeers. Principals wink, best yet. Yet, ultimate turn, anonymous donor. Turns out, Alex's dad, sober bonus invested, funded scholarships for Jordan and Alex, art-focused. For the fighters, note read. Tears at presentation, embrace full. Proud, son. Conflicts crested in quiet climaxes. Riley's play, shadows to light. Alex and Jordan leads, stage kiss, thunderous applause. Post-show party, confessions cascade. Tyler's engagement to his beau, Mia's family acceptance. Love's depth plumbed in prom night. Under stars, slow dance, whispers of futures. Misunderstandings, prejudices, we conquered. Jordan smiled. And the rest. Summer sun baked Elmwood golden, fields waving like flags of truce. But the real battles waged inward, characters excavating souls amid newfound peace. Graduation diplomas clutched like talismans. Alex and Jordan packed boxes for shared off-campus digs near Ohio State. Compromise City, art classes commuting. Our fortress, Jordan dubbed the cramped apartment, walls begging murals. Dad's recovery rooted deep, construction job steady, sponsoring GSA Dad Group, stories shared at barbecues. Fell hard, climbed harder, he'd toast, eyes clear meeting Alex's. Mom beamed, their trio lunches a new normal, tacos, talks, tentative family. Reyes's thrived. Jordan's Chicago visit sealed peace. Mateo a friend now, collab sketches mailed. Mrs. Reyes group bloomed nonprofit, grants flowing. Mr. Reyes promoted, mentoring expanded. From survival to thriving. Jordan marveled, pride familial. Friendships flowered wild. Riley and Mia road-tripped Europe, postcards bubbly. Tyler's wedding small-town quaint. Jordan best man, speech slaying. Love's the ultimate comeback. Alex sketched vows, gift framed. But arcs demanded one final forge, misunderstandings echo. Jordan's insecurity resurfaced. Art show invite from Chicago, solo spotlight tempting. What if I outgrow? Late night argument flared, words weapons. You doubt us. Alex hurled. Jordan stormed, doors slam echoing. Chase followed. Alex at quarry, rain sheeting, Jordan arriving soaked. Grow together, Alex pleaded, hands cupping face. Not apart. Tears mixed rain, reconciliation fierce, foolish fear. You're my horizon. Vows renewed, deeper. Prejudice's last gasp. Town festival, booth for GSA, flyers, face paint. Counter-protest dwindled, but one holdout, Brock's dad, approached hesitant. Saw my boy, changed. In juvie, therapy. Thanks. Indirectly. Handshake awkward, bridge built brick by brick. Climaxes cascaded subtle. Alex's gallery opening, town turnout swelling, sketches of journey, sign-in sheet centerpiece, framed with note. Exposure to embrace. Jordan's toast. From shadows, light. National ripple. Documentary crew filmed. Elmwood uprising. Premiering festivals, voices amplified. But core remained local. Coffee runs, quarry sunsets, love's quiet pulse. Epilogue whispered in autumn leaves. Apartment alive. Canvases drying. Hands laced cooking. Twists behind. Jordan said, stirring sauce. Alex grinned. More ahead. With you. The sign-in sheet, tucked in a drawer, yellowed but sacred. Reminder. Truth exposes, but love endures. In Elmwood's heart, once fractured, now whole, they walked forward, unbreakable. Riley visited, Mia in tow, tails tumbling. Tyler called, baby news, surrogate journey. Families merged holidays, tables groaning under dishes, laughter drowning old ghosts. One night, under oak eternal, Alex carved initials, J and A, intertwined. Ours now. Jordan kissed the bark. Forever. And so, in the town that tried to break them, they bloomed. Love's testament, prejudice's defeat, friendship's forge. The end. No. Just beginning, pages turning infinite.